To another Sunday WOAY ABC4 Community Forum, where we talk to community leaders and local success stories to discuss important information that affects all of us here in Southern West Virginia. I'm your host, Brandy Lawrence. And today we're joined by another distinguished guest. Gail Oakes, who is the new General Manager of Theater West Virginia, joins us this morning. Thank you so much for coming to the forum.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, definitely. So, for the people out there that are unfamiliar with Theater West Virginia, can you tell them what it's about?
Well, Theater West Virginia is a live historical production here in West Virginia. It's been going on since 1961. We still have some founding fathers in the area that started it that thought they needed to bring the arts to West Virginia. And we've been running out there now. We do Hatfield McCoys, and every year we do a historical something for West Virginia. So like this year we're doing Hatfields. Next year we plan on doing Bring Back Honey in the Rock and things like that. So yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. And we were talking a little bit before we started the show. Yeah. I told you I'm pretty familiar with Hatfields and McCoys, but you said I haven't seen this show this year.
No.
So what will make this a little different?
This year's show is amazing. When I took over in March, the very first thing I did after they said I was hired is I went to the theater and I just walked it and to see what needed to be done or just fixed, whatever. And we have put a lot of money into that stage this year. We've resurfaced the entire stage. The mountain, what we call the mountain for Hatfield McCoys, where Deb Lance gets baptized and all that kind of stuff, was stripped down to the metalwork and refinished. The Hatfield McCoy houses have been repainted and fixed back up again. The back wall, what we call the cyc, where the lights and stuff come up on the back for sunsets and different things like that, has been completely repainted. Yeah. The park surface has put all kinds of stuff into it. But not only that, Hatfield and McCoys this year, I made sure some things that in the past that have fallen, through the years. I mean, we've been open since '61, so things, fall apart over the years. Yeah. And like the McCoy house, if you saw it last year, there was a scene where, the house burned down. It's actually going to catch on fire this year. Academy of Careers and Technology came out and they fixed it for us. They put all new piping in, and so the house burns this year. Mountain's going to open and Deb Lance will actually get baptized, not just sprinkled. And the music is the biggest change this year. We had a local artist, Dan Bailey. If you get a chance to talk to him, he's amazing. He took all the music and rescored it. So it's the same song's lyrics, but the instruments are more period type instruments, and all the music has just been rescored by him. So it's all new music this year, and it's maybe the same words to the songs. But I was in my office, and we have some extra offices, and the cast has been rehearsing in there, certain ones on their solos, and to listen to them, I was like, wow, that song is different. Same words, but just different. And so you're not going to see the same show you saw last year, or even in the past 10 years. It is a whole new show with all new music. I said the mountain, everything has been it's beautiful out there. It has really put a lot of work into it this year. Put a lot of work into that theater this year.
Yeah, it sounds like a serious game changer. And I've always loved the outdoor theater. Mm-hmm. It just kind of does something different, to be outdoors. So I can only imagine what it looks like now with all the upgrades and enhancements.
Oh, it's beautiful. And the park has done an amazing job. The National Park Service revamped our bathrooms at the top of the house. They rebuilt 2 of our light and sound towers. They are also, hopefully by next year, we're going to try to reskim the entire big towers, but they've fixed the back of them, and they have been amazing. The National Park Service this year has really stepped up, being now that they are actually a national park, so that was huge. So they really are great out there with us. Yeah.
Awesome. And with all these, big things going on for Theater West Virginia, are you all looking for any volunteers to come help out? And what can they do?
We are always looking for volunteers, from small families to large groups. If you have a large group that wants to come out and see the show, but maybe they want to volunteer, come out ahead of time. We need volunteers to, just for the shows alone, seat people, maybe help in the concession area, or just cleaning, that kind of thing, and guiding people, answering questions. And then you get to see the show for free. And then, during intermission, help them again, keep things organized and clean and people in order, answer questions, direct them to the bathrooms and things like that. And then after the show's over, help clean up, but you get to see the show. So, and then right now, we open next week. We're still looking for people. If there's any carpenters out there, there's still some things that need to be fixed and need to be worked on, and we open next week. So, we're looking, if there's a carpenter that wants to volunteer some time, We've got an electrician that's been amazing, and he comes out and helps out and fixes things and things like that. But if you have a talent, just anything building or anything, theater encompasses all. Sewing, art, paint, electrical work, woodwork. I mean, when you come to theater, if you have any kind of carpentry, any kind of talent at all, we can use it. Like even voiceovers, like we have a guy that does our, voice commercials for the thing. Like it's everything. Like there is nothing that we can't use. If you've got a talent, you want to use it for the theater, believe me, we can use it. Yeah.
So would they just need to reach out to Theater West Virginia?
Yeah, just reach out on our website. You can reach out through there. There's an email area. You can email us through there. Or our phone number is 304-256-6800. If nobody answers, just leave us a message. It's usually me answering, or we have somebody else that sometimes on occasion will call you back, and we'll get you there, believe me. And we need volunteers every night for the shows. So as I said, even if you've got a family of 5, 6, or whatever, and you're like, hey, we want to volunteer. My kids want to come out and help and volunteer and see what the theater's about. So that's, that's kind of exciting to come out and they get to see the show. They get to help out and see the backstage, just different things like that. So
definitely something to do. So
yeah.
Anybody looking for something to do this summer, you guys call up Theater West Virginia, catch a show, help out the community. Sounds a lot of fun.
It is. It really is. And I keep calling them kids because most of them are younger than me. Some are older, but most of them are younger than me. I call them my kids, but they are having a fun time this summer, and they need, we just need the help and come out and just enjoy. We're not going to make you sweat and, but just come out and enjoy and have fun. That's the whole point of the theater, is to come out and have fun and enjoy the experience of it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And if anybody wanted to, join Theater West Virginia as talent or as an actor, what is the process for that like?
Now, the process for that is we usually start putting out, usually somewhere in December to January, watch our website, watch our Facebooks, watch, all our social media type sites, and we'll put out an announcement that we are accepting auditions. Sometimes they're in person. This year, all of our auditions were online or over not Facebook, Zoom, that's it. I was over Zoom, whatever that's called, or things like that, or we had people submit them. And but that's the way, and just watch for it. And then by usually March, April, we'll start looking and actually start casting and that kind of thing, so that people will know where they're coming for the summer. A lot of these actors and actresses are college students. We have a lot of locals this year, lots of locals, but they're in college or they do other theaters throughout the season, and their time's up, so they're looking for something to, their next job for the summer and things like that. So we have to start a little bit early. But we look not only for actors and actresses, we also look for technicians, builders, stage managers, seamstress, painters. We're not just looking for that part of it. We're looking for people that want to come out and actually literally, we have a crew that works just backstage. That's all they do. That's all they want to do. They move set, they help build, they have, all that kind of stuff. So we don't just look for that, but that's how you do. Just start watching our Facebooks and things like that, and social medias and outlets and the news. We'll start getting it out there, saying, hey, it's that time of year again, start submitting those applications or your videos and things like that. And so, as I said, technicians can literally just submit an application and stuff like that. But so that's one way to get involved. And the other way is, again, come out, volunteer, see what it's about. And then by next year, you'll be like, hey, maybe I want to do this. Now, we also do, we've got coming up the Christmas Carol. So be watching for that. Auditions will be for that coming up. And hopefully I'm planning on bringing the Academy back this fall for all of our kids and things like that, different classes. So again, social media is huge. You got to watch our Facebook, like us on Facebook, and Instagrams and all of those social media, especially our website. Our website's the big one, as where you'll get the most information there. And the way to communicate the best is through our website.
Awesome. And do people typically need experience to join, or is it kind of like they can come in entry level and learn, or?
It depends. If they're entry level or learning, they end up with ensemble parts if we have the space and things like that. Being a professional theater, for major roles, we do it, you got to be able to sing and act and that kind of thing. We do need some good ones out there. We can't just teach you on the fly on that one. But we do take, kids, that's part of the Academy. they get to learn, and then they can, possibly get parts in, some of the shows out during the summer and things like that, and Christmas Carol and different events that we have, small dinner theaters and things like that we'll have throughout the season. But if you're just wanting the experience, come out and, say, hey, I don't have a lot of experience. I can sing. Can I just be a part of the ensemble? We look for people literally just be background singers that bring the music and the music to life. So.
And it's an important role.
Yeah, and because then you get the experience and you can learn from others and you get to meet professionals that do this live, you know what I mean? And you can learn from them and get that experience built up. So yeah.
And also before we came on air, we were talking about West Virginia Day, and Theater West Virginia has been invited somewhere really special.
Oh,
so can you talk to
goodness.
us about that?
So 2 days ago, I got a call that Theater West Virginia has been invited to the U.S. Capitol for West Virginia Days. So we are traveling on the 20th. We will be at the U.S. Capitol with all of our senators and everybody, and big celebration. And we've been invited up there to set a table out, pass out information, talked about how important Theater West Virginia is to the state of West Virginia and tourism and all that kind of great stuff. Yeah, I got the call a few days and I'm excited. I can't believe it. We're going. And it's 2 days before opening too. So we're traveling up one day and literally coming back early the next morning. But yeah, we've been invited. This is the first time that I know of that we've been invited to the U.S. Capitol for West Virginia Day.
Wonderful. You've been putting West Virginia on the map on our day. So that's wonderful.
I know. I'm excited. The gentleman that called me is actually from the area, and he's in D.C. now, and he was like, hey, I'd really love, the changes that you guys have heard about, and I'd really love for you to come out and set a table up, talk to everybody and that kind of stuff. So myself, and one of the actresses coming with us, one of our leads, and she's going to dress in the full costumes of Hatfield McCoys, and I'll be a little more professional and be the general manager, but at least, people can see that we are still on the map and that we are here, and we are going to be here for another 100 years. I want to make sure this theater is around for the next 100 years.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. And it should be, it's such a staple in West Virginia. I'm a native West Virginian, and I've, known Theater West Virginia my entire life. So, and that outdoor pavilion is just beautiful all the time. So.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. We have, when I started, I wrote some grants and some earmarks, and hopefully by next year it'll be even better. We've done a lot of work this year, but if those come through next year, there'll be some major construction out there to make it just even better. So
can't wait.
I can't wait either.
All right, so we are rolling up on our first break, but before we go, can you sort of plug the Theater West Virginia's information so people can find you all?
Thank you. Yes, you can find us at theaterwestvirginia.org, or you can call us at 304-256-6800. And just leave us a message or send us a message through our website, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
All right, and that does it for our first half. Be sure to come back for our second half, where I speak more with Gail Oakes, our new general manager of Theater West Virginia. Welcome back to Sunday Community Forum. I'm here with Gail Oakes. She is the new general manager of Theater West Virginia, and we're talking about everything that's going on over at the theater. So let's get into what does preparing for a show, what is that kind of like?
It's a lot of work. As I said, I got hired in March, and we literally hired a guy to come out and start working on the stage back in March. I mean, our shows don't even start till June. And so building sets is a huge thing, painting, cleaning, then the audition process of getting the actors in, contracts put out, giving them how much we're going to pay them, housing for some of them that are coming from out of state or coming in from college or things like that. So you have that process of make sure they all have housing, getting here, and then when they get here, making sure everybody has their scripts and their scores and their music. And then we have a stage manager that is amazing, that she has got everybody literally on a schedule where they're supposed to be for music rehearsals and fight calls and learning to shoot a gun and prop guns and costuming and it's amazing, these people that come together and the talents they have, but they literally on a schedule. And my crew this year, the cast this year, are amazing. They really are. They are off book starting today. And I said, we open next week. And they just came in not even 2 weeks ago, not even a full 2 weeks ago. So, I mean, these people are like, they work 6 days a week. The only day off they have is Sunday, and they work from early morning to late at night. Lighting goes into it. We had our lighting guy come out and put the lights back up and make sure they all work, and sound guy came out making sure all our headsets work, and everything's wired correctly. Right now I have a 4-foot by 4-foot woofer sitting in the middle of my living room that I got to take out that we just bought. You know what I mean? Like things like that. There's lots and lots of just background prep work, selling tickets, getting our website, calling, advertising, casting. Like it's a nonstop process. I don't think I've truly had a day off since I started. There's been days I'm like, I am not answering the phone, but then I end up, emails or whatever. But yeah, but I love it. Like when it's something you love, it's not stressful. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. But yeah, our actors and actresses are out there right now. They're rehearsing right now, doing music and fight calls and different things like that. So setting the sets and moving on the stage and where to move props. And we got a prop master that's, pulling props and finding them and, that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of work, but these people love it. Like they wouldn't do it if they didn't.
Definitely. And it's wonderful to, hear like everything that goes into these productions that, we're seeing. And it really shows just how passionate and dedicated you all are to really making sure, you're putting on a great show.
I want to mention, this kind of goes back to this. If this year, they've done it in the past, but we haven't done it in Theater West Virginia has done it in years. We have a backstage tour this year. Mm-hmm. You can come the show starts at 7:30. The tour starts about 6. It will walk you through down. You could walk on the stage. You can stand in the Hatfield McCoy houses and take pictures. They'll walk you to the back to just kind of show you the breezeway, like where the actresses' dressing rooms are, our costume shop, and then they'll walk across the stage over to their other side where it's the pyro, and you won't get to shoot a gun, but you might be able to see how we do that, and how these aren't real bullets, and it's just black powder and just lots of noise, but they can show you how that works, and it's about a 30 to 40 minute little tour, just a fun, type of thing. But that's something this year, like if you really want to know and see what goes into this and see the behind the scenes and the people running around and kind of crazy before the show, it's a great opportunity to come out. Just for an extra $10, why not?
Yeah.
So.
And it seems like a lot of fun, and also it seems like a nice way to kind of get people really interested in the theater.
Yes.
So you're drawing in more, volunteers and more actors. And
that's right. If you have kids or even teenagers or even young adults, we have cast, we need older people too. If you have any interest in theater at all. We've had people come out to the theater in the past that had never done theater, and they're in their 60s and 70s and hey, I want to do this. And they did, and they can sing, and they were got roles, and because they're amazing, because it was something they've always wanted to do, and they just did. Never done it in the past. If it's something you're interested in, why not? Go for it.
Make dreams come true.
That's right. Exactly. That's exactly right.
So what inspired you, you're the new general manager, what inspired you to take on that kind of leadership role in Theater West Virginia?
This is kind of a funny story. I actually also run a nonprofit ministry for children. It's called Beckley Children's Theater Ministry, and we do theater productions throughout the school year. We meet once a week to twice a week, and we do productions. We just did Into the Woods, and I had 50 kids and stuff like that. And I've been doing that now. This next season will be 10 years. I started with my youngest son. He wanted, when he was little, he was 10 years ago, he was 5 years old. He wanted to be a part of a theater, and it was just kind of fell in lap, and God said, this is what you need to do, and it came to life. And I've been doing that as the 10 years. And I don't get paid for that. It's all money that goes for that goes literally back into the next season. But I had told my husband, because I put a lot of work into that. I said, if I could ever get paid to do this, I would do it in a heartbeat. And I did theater in college, and I did community theaters, and I've stage managed, and I've done just about every aspect. I've even acted. I'm not the best actress out there, but I've even acted before. And, so I know the whole concept of it. And when this opportunity came available, as soon as I knew it was available, I sent in my application. And my husband at first was kind of, I'm not sure about this, but then he was like, it's your dream, go for it. So even though this job is stressful, it's not the same stress of a job that you don't like. You know what I mean? Like, this is my dream job. This is what I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to run a professional theater, and here I am. Like, so, and it is a lot of work, and I'm learning a lot, because it is different than my ministry. You know what I mean? Like, my ministry is just, you know, kids and this, that, and the other. This one's a little bit different, you know, more budgeting and more finances and more advertisements and different things like that. So, but it is well worth it. Every aspect of it, and the people I get to meet, getting to go to U.S. Capitol. I mean, seriously, like, really. I mean, how many people get to say they've been invited to an event at the U.S. Capitol?
Not many.
Not many.
At all.
So I'm excited about that. Yeah. So no, this is my dream job, and it was just, when this opportunity came available, I jumped on it. I couldn't pass it up. So.
And, you know, in your new position, I can tell, you know, you're so excited and you're so passionate about the theater. What are some, like, in your wildest dreams, if somebody came to you right now and gave you like $1 billion and say, hey, use this for Theater West Virginia, what are some things that you would love to see happen?
Okay, if I had unlimited funds and I could do whatever I wanted out there, all the seating would be replaced, all the stage would be torn out and redone, the towers, same thing, not just rebuilt. The whole back, everything cleaned out, brand new. The other thing that's always been part of Theater West Virginia is weather is out there, is some kind of roofing system out there. There are theaters that have that. It's open air theater, but it has a roofing system on it, so you can perform in the rain. And we still can't perform in lightning, but you can still perform in the rain better. And we will this season. We will perform in the rain as long as there's no lightning. So remember that. If you come out this season and it's, you know, it's going to rain this evening, we will perform in the rain. We just won't perform in lightning. So bring a rain. We sell umbrellas. We sell slickers. You know, bring your own and just sit. People love to do. Actually, it's kind of fun to watch them in the rain.
Like, yeah, so rain.
Still perform in the rain. You know, it's dances are a little bit slower, so that you know, they call it half pace and things like that. You know, rain pace, and so things are a little bit slower, but it's still our actors and actresses will still perform in the rain. So. But that's part of the finances, is, you know, a roof over it. Nobody can tell me when it was, but years ago, the top of the house burned. And so they, you know, modified it. I would love to try to get it back to what it looked like when it was first, you know, built. I've got pictures and things like that, you know, again, unlimited funds, I would make that place brand new lighting, brand new sound, make everything nice, clean, organized, and just like I mean, unlimited funds, you could do anything. Yeah. We could do shows out there year round if we wanted to, pretty much. But yeah, unlimited funds out for this summer, yeah. That's just fix it up, pay our actors and actresses more. They don't get paid much, honestly. They're worth more than what we pay them right now. But that's part of the budgeting, and we're gonna raise some funds this next year and hopefully be able to pay them more for next season. But, you know, we do provide free housing and things like that. But yeah, things like that. I would just make it, even bigger shows. Like, we plan on 3 shows next year, plus some more concerts and things like that. But this year, we're trying to get built back up again. You know what I mean? Sometimes things are up and down. You know, the market's never always up. So the theater right now, we're just kind of doing a good revamp of the theater, put the money into the theater itself, and then get it built back up. And I want to get it back to the day. My goal as general manager is to get it back to the day when people used to fight over seating. Like, when tickets went on sale back in the day, you would have to get online that day if you wanted a seat. Like, they used to sell out all the time. And I'd love to get it back to that, like, where people got excited, like, oh my goodness, I've got to get online and get my seats now because it's going to sell out. And that's what I'd love to get back to. Not just, you know, oh yeah, I think I'll come out and see that or whatever. I want people to come out and say, oh, I want to be a part of this. I want to be, you know, I want to see the excitement and feel that excitement. Yeah. Theater is nothing like going to the movie theaters.
It's not.
No. Movie theaters, you can sit and play on your phone and watch it. But when you're out there, like, it's just your brain is to see it live.
It's more engaging.
It is. I've heard stories. I had one parent tell me, you know, I brought my kid. I wasn't sure if they were going to like it, you know, all the loud noises. But they said they sat there and stared at that stage and didn't think they blinked the entire time. Like, that just, you know, to see it live is so different than watching it on TV or a movie theater. To see real people, you know, shotguns going off and dances and music and just right there is just, it's amazing. Yeah.
And like you said, there's so much involved with putting a show together. So you don't know where people are finding their inspiration. Like they're probably seeing things going on behind the scenes and they're like, well, I want to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Or they're seeing, actors on stage and they're like, well, that's usually the biggest thing is like, yeah, I want to do that.
It's amazing. I've had a lot of through my ministry and just through the theater itself, people will come out and see it and go, wait, I want to do this. How do I do this? Like you said, how do you hear about these? It's like keep up with us on Facebook, on social medias, things like that. Because as I said, auditions are going to be coming up for the academy, not auditions for kids, but you can sign up for academy classes, which is, singing and acting and improv and different things like that you can learn. And they're open for all ages. Most of the time it's kids, but they're literally open for all ages. Whoever you want to come out if you want to learn it. And then, we got the Christmas Carol that we always put on in the fall, in the Christmas time, and we're talking about the Expedition Coal Mines. We're opening that back up again this year, so I'm excited about that. We got some extra help and some new revamping of it, so that's going to be exciting. And there's things like that, just to be a volunteer for Expedition Coal Mines kind of gets you that, ooh, this could be fun. Let's look at this, you know what I mean? And that can get you to the next step and get to know people and how to audition and learn how to audition, things like that.
All right, well, we're going to have to wrap up.
Okay.
Before we go, can you plug the information one more time so people can find you all?
All right. If you'd like more information about ticket sales or anything like that, it's theaterwestvirginia.org, or you can call us at 304-256-6800.
Thank you so much for joining us for Forum, and thank you guys for tuning in, and be sure to come back next Sunday where we speak to another distinguished guest about what's going on here in Southern West Virginia. Have a happy Sunday.